What's going on, guys? Chigel back again with another Chigel cut video. Recently, I actually did my InBody test. If you guys remember what an InBody test is, it's essentially a body fat test. I decided to do a little test this time on the body fat test. I just wanted to check certain things out that kind of determine when I should be doing my body fat test. Like, should I do it at the end of my diet week? Should I do it at the beginning of my diet week? Should I do it before drinking any water of the day? Should I do it after drinking water of the day? And funny enough, I got some interesting results. So as you guys know, I actually do this body fat test probably once every 6 weeks or so. I really don't plan a day other than like making sure I do it every, month and a half to 2 months. And it had been a month and a half since the last body fat test I had done. So it was about that time. I wanted to see if I was making the progress I was wanting to make. So I took 2 body fat percentage tests, one in between an hour, pretty much between each other. One I did without drinking any water for the day, and then the other one I did after drinking like literally a half gallon of water. So I wanted to check the results and see if there was any differences in that. The first time I did it, I had done it at the end of my diet week. I did both of these at the end of my diet week, actually. So I wasn't carved up for either of these. By the way, we're 1 rep maxing snatches the day. But I got some pretty interesting results after just doing it twice on the same day after drinking a half a gallon of water. So I wanted to review this with you guys because this is kind of important information if you're wanting to make sure you see results on your body fat percentage test, which you do. You don't want to not see results. But one of the things you're supposed to do with a body fat percentage test is you're supposed to do it the same way every single time. So what that means is if you measured out before, after a cheat day, you're supposed to do it every time after a cheat day, because all of that really does matter, how much weight you're gonna weigh and how much water your muscle's gonna hold. And it turns out that's actually a really important factor. So the first time I did it, I did this without hardly any water for the day. I had made sure I didn't drink any water. Obviously I was very carb deprived. I could feel the low energy. So that means there was no water in my muscles. And obviously I'll take pictures of these and post these on the screen somewhere, probably right here. Boom, that's the first one. So as you can see, it actually showed that I had an increase in body fat percentage. And I was like, hold up, I know that's not true, because for one, I look better in the mirror, which we'll do some posing when I'm at the gym. I know the posing's a little weird, but you obviously have to do that to be able to see if you're making any differences at all. And it really does help you tell if you're lopsided on one side, and if you need to work on some areas. It's actually really good for that. So I'll let you guys kind of see what results I've gotten so far within the past month and a half. I'll put a before and after picture at the end of the video or something. But at first, it had said that I had dropped body fat percentage, and that was because, as you can see, again, I'll pop it up there, it said I was losing muscle mass. And if you guys don't know, if you lose muscle mass, you're actually going to gain body fat percentage, because a body fat percentage is percentage of muscle over fat. So if it looks like your muscle's going down, it's going to say your percentage for fat is higher. And basically, since I hadn't drank any water for the day, I was carb deprived, I didn't have any water in my muscles, so there was no weight to my muscles. So my assumption actually was that was why it was saying that. And actually, like I said before, if you're going to do a body fat percentage test, you want to do it basically the same as you had done it before. I usually do my body fat percentage test after my cheat days and after I'm really hydrated. I completely switched the role on this just because I wanted to do this test today and just see how much it affected it. It affected it drastically. It made it go up in body fat percentage. So what I did was I actually had a class to teach, and during that class, I was just chugging water. I got down a gallon or half a gallon, maybe even a little bit more. So I did it again, and this is what popped up. Boom, this. So as you can see, I've got them actually right here, so I'm actually reading them as you're looking at them right here. But it had dropped my body fat percentage from the last time, like the body fat percentage test I did an hour before. It had dropped it a whole body fat percentage. And as you can tell, the biggest thing is the weight and the muscle weight. It actually says that since I drank that half a gallon of water, it actually said that all that weight from that water was actually muscle weight, which makes sense because typically when you hold water, your body's gonna hold it in the muscle. It's not gonna hold it in fat. Your fat does not hold water, because fat and water are 2 different types of substances. It's like trying to mix oil with water. It's just not going to happen because fat is an oil substance. In fact, all the water you hold whenever you have water weight is actually in your muscle, and it's good. It's a good thing that you have water weight, which was really kind of makes me upset that people do all these like weight or water weight pills, and they're trying to get rid of all this water weight. The only time that's important to get rid of water weight is if you have like a weight cut for a competition, like an MMA fight, you have to hit a certain weight like I did. Or if you're doing like a weightlifting competition or something like that. But other than that, you need that water. And basically, as you can see, it bumped my muscle mass up by almost 4 pounds. Quite literally, it was just about 4 pounds. Which made my body fat percentage drop significantly. So I have a feeling that if I do my body fat percentage test again today, it's actually going to show lower because at this point it's showing that I have progress. You know, I made 12.8% body fat, but I think I'm actually a little bit lower. I think I'm more towards 11%. We'll see today. We'll really get a chance to get to see it today because I also ate like crap the past couple days because it was my birthday the past couple days. So I knew I was going to go crazy with the diet. So it might be a couple notches above where I wanted it to be. But again, as long as we're seeing progress, that's fine. My goal was 10%, but it was a big, that's a big goal to hit. So one thing that gets people is they set goals and then they get really discouraged that they don't hit them. The biggest thing is that you made progress, right? So you got to make sure that you don't quit just because you don't hit the goal. As long as you're making progress, you're doing good. So my next goal is going to be do another body fat percentage test besides the one I'm going to be doing today. The next one I'm going to be doing is around the 1st of January, the first of the year. And I'm going to shoot for 8% body fat. And that's why goals are good. I may not hit that 8% body fat, but I'm going to be lower than I am now. And that's all that matters is progress, and learn from your mistakes. So, like I said, we're going to do another one today. Currently, as far as this goes, this says 12.8% body fat, which I would like it to be a lot lower. What that means for me personally, even if it is like 11%, because again, I wanted to be at 10% and I've still got to get down to 8% if I want to hit that goal. I'm going to have to make some more changes. So some of those changes I'm going to be doing, dropping my calories down a little bit, reassessing my calories because my muscle mass is actually higher, making sure I'm getting more protein in. I've only been hitting like 200 grams of protein when I'm supposed to be hitting 215 or 225. I'm going to start trying to make sure I hit 225 every day. I'm going to make sure, sometimes I go walking in the mornings. I'm going to make sure I do that every day along with my regular workouts. And I'm going to be overall more strict on my diet. So we've got a good game plan set up. Now we just got to, execute. I'm going to go ahead and I've actually got a stream for you guys here in a minute. So I'm going to stream and stuff like that. But then we're going up to the gym. We're going to do another body fat percentage test. And I'll probably wait till after we get done working out to review that. But again, we're going to be doing snatches today. And I'm very, very carved up. Yesterday was my birthday. I had so much freaking sugar. It's not funny. So I'm hoping I'll actually hit a really good snatch weight. Snatch is one of those exercises that I actually do want to get a lot better at because it's one of those that work a lot on your thoracic strength, which if you guys don't know what your thoracic strength is or your thoracic mobility, it's your ability to just hold yourself up right all the time. And I've got a little bit of a deficiency in my back because I'm long torsoed. I've talked to you guys about that a little bit. That I will round my back out if the weight gets heavy, and I'll start doing this when it gets heavy, especially with deadlift and stuff. And it's probably because I do such a heavy deadlift. But what snatches do is since you have to hold the weight up here, it makes you get your chest up. And the more weight that's up there, the more strength you have to have in your thoracic spine or the muscles that surround your thoracic spine so that you can keep your spine upright. And so it's something I need to include a little bit more. I haven't been doing them the past couple of months as much at least. So it's something I'm definitely going to be starting to include a little bit more. The same thing goes for overhead squats because they're very similar in the fact they keep your chest up. But we're going to work on snatches today because it's a power movement and I want to work on my power and make sure that I'm improving my power. So that's definitely going to be a lift that I want to know what the 1 rep max is so I can put it into my percentages and start really trying to get that up there. But like I said, about the stream for you guys, then we're going to the gym. So I'll see you guys there.
All right, guys. So starting the workout in with some overhead squats and just trying to get the mobility here. As you can see, like when I squat here, wait for it, boom, you can kind of see a dip in my back. That's what I'm trying to work on here. You can also see that I'm not getting low enough. And so that's some of the mobility issues I've been having that I'm trying to work on with doing these snatches and overhead squats as well. But this movement here just helps kind of get me ready for that kind of movement. Also, when I'm doing a barbell, I can actually have a little bit more weight to help push my hips down, which also helps quite a bit. Starting off real light, we actually did some snatches to overhead squats with these because I was still kind of warming up. As you can see, it's just flying up there. The main thing or theme with the day's like max out is it's not that I didn't have the strength, it's that my form is shit, and that's what we got to start working on. So as you can see with this kind of weight, it's not that bad. Everything's still looking pretty good. I'm even getting some depth here. almost. You can tell I struggle towards the bottom. Throwing on more weight, easy. It just pops right up on there. The main thing is just being able to sit low at the bottom. As you can see, when I squat, again, this is where I have the stabilization problems. I can only stay there for like a couple seconds. And if you want to get your snatch like PRs up, what you have to do is be able to land low. As you can see here, when I'm about to go with this 135, I still land really high up. You're supposed to land almost in a squat because it'll allow you to get more weight up. So that's the only reason I wasn't able to get this. Look at this. I took a huge jump right here that I shouldn't have taken. This is 185. Everything was feeling so light that I genuinely felt like I could do this, but because I was standing up so tall, you'll see it right here, I won't be able to get this weight. And I'm kind of surprised, honestly. You'll see it on my face. I'm like, wow, that felt light, but I just can't get it up there. And so I go after it again right here because I was like, no, there's no way I wasn't able to get that. And then right there, if you can't keep your arms straight, it doesn't count. So if my arms are bent like that, it's just gonna be a press at that point. So dropped it back down a good amount, like 30 pounds. We're sitting right here at 155. It just flies up there. You can see my confusion because it feels way too light for me to be doing this weight and not being able to get it up. But that's just what happens. Right here, it's gonna be the same thing. But right here, you can really tell where I'm having the issues. It's all in my core and in my hips. So you can see right here, I have some struggles, but I still get it up there. But it's being able to sit at the bottom. So that's definitely something I'm gonna be able to wanting to work on. I went ahead and popped on another 5 to make it 185 again. It's basically the same as what I was doing before. But as you'll see here in a second, I do not get it. I just was gassed at that point. Maybe if I would have like climbed my way up, it wouldn't have been like that, but I just could not get this weight up. Yeah, you see me going at it again. I was just so frustrated. I was like, I gotta be able to get this weight because I could do it in the past. So I think if I train it a little bit more, I'll get there. Next, what I just did was like, I was really pissed off. So I was like, I'm gonna do some ego lifting. So we did some stiff-legged deadlifts at 365. Went fairly well. The main thing that was getting me here is my grip. As you can start telling, it starts almost falling out of my hands. I take a short break to put these weights on. Hopefully it gives my grip enough time to rest, but it just still wasn't enough. So what I ended up doing here after like this first or second set or rep, I ended up taking like a short little break, switching my grip over to what we call crossy roads, and it's so much smoother. But right here, I drop it, switch my hand over to crossy roads, immediately fixes the grip, and now I'm just smooth sailing. Boom. Well, other than the fact that I'm tired, as you can tell by my face. How lovely. Good. And then right here, we just got to have some posing. I did say I was going to show you guys some posing. Hopefully, we're going to have some more better results by the time January 1st hits. I'm really wanting to get back down to the 8%, which you can see in the goal right there. So it's something we're definitely going to be working on. Hopefully, we can get there. I'm really starting to try and do a lot of different things with the diet and the workouts. So I think we can make it.
All right, guys, we are done with the workout. So as far as the body fat percentage test goes, I went ahead and took that a third body fat percentage test, which some would say overkill, which is kind of overkill. But it ended up saying almost exactly the same as the second one, so I didn't even do a print off on it. But yeah, so the big takeaway with the body fat percentage thing is make sure you hydrate before you do a body fat test, especially an electric one, because all that water is going to be calculated as muscle. So you do want to have the water weight on you. A lot of people are big, like I said before, on trying to cut all that water weight off. You definitely want it if you're doing a body fat percentage test. I did the math so I could actually track my calories a lot better and a little bit more smoothly. For my weight, my body fat percentage and all that kind of crap, I really need to be eating about 3,000 calories a day. Again, I'm sure some of you guys know, I used to be a fat kid, and so I have this like under-eating mentality that I have. And you know, it's 3,000 calories sounds like a lot, but it's really how much I need to be eating to lose weight. And that just kind of goes back to how much I work out, and how much muscle I have, just because I'm literally just burning that many calories off at that rate. So if I were to, you know, with all my lifting and stuff like that, I burn about 3,800 calories a day. According to the TDEE calculator. If you guys don't know what TDEE means, it means total daily energy expenditure. You actually can find a ton of the calculators online. You can actually just type in your info. But basically, as long as you're eating under that TDEE, you will lose weight. And if I'm eating 3,000 calories and my TDEE is 3,800 calories, that means I'm still losing 800 calories per day. If you guys don't know this, another tidbit of information, a pound of fat is roughly about 3,600 calories, just so you guys know. So if you do the math, I would be losing about a pound of fat, roughly a little bit more a week if I were to follow this format. What I've been doing the past like 6 weeks, I guess, I was eating like 2,600 calories, and that's just not enough. I can tell it's not enough because I keep waking up in the middle of the night and going to get something to eat in like this hungry, feral state, to where my body, and you're halfway asleep too. I just can't control myself as much in that state, and I end up eating way more than I need to. So if we are wanting to hit that 8% body fat, currently we're sitting, I think it said 12.8, that's like a 4% drop in just like less than 2 months. It's going to be very, very hard to do, but it's not impossible. It's definitely, I've seen crazier drops. So it just means I'm going to have to work my ass off. It means I'm going to have to stick to my diet and not cheat in the middle of the night. Damn it. I do it all the time. I know that's what it is. But again, the goal is 8% body fat by January 1st. So we've got approximately a little under 2 months to kind of get that done. I actually just got done working out for good today. I got done doing 3 different workouts. The 2 of them weren't anything too crazy. The one I did this morning was just like a mile and some change run. And then I did my lifting, which you guys saw some of it. And then I did some other stuff in the gym for leg day because it was technically leg day today. And then I just got done doing about 30 to 40 minutes of some kickboxing type stuff. Another thing I'm going to switch up is my workout routine. So this is what's going to be really different for you guys as far as watching the Chigel Cut series. Basically what I have been doing the past 6 weeks to, actually it's a little bit longer than 6 weeks. I've been doing a certain bodybuilding split, which was 6 days of weight training a week. And really when I go back in my brain and I think about what I was doing to get below 8% before, and it was not working out. It wasn't lifting 6 days a week. It was actually, I was only lifting 3 to 4 days a week. And on the days in between, I would do a shit ton of cardio, body weight exercises, yoga, and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and switch back to that for this last little bit of a harsh cut, because once January 1st hits, I would really like to focus on bulking up a little bit. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think it's going to go Monday, today's Monday. I did legs, it's leg day. And then I think tomorrow we're going to do body weight and cardio, which should take 2 hours plus. But it should involve a lot of yoga, a lot of just running, a lot of just cardio, a lot of body weight exercises. So push-ups, pull-ups, body weight squats, ab exercises, all kinds of stuff like that. The day after that, we're going to do probably a push day. I say push. It's still going to be technically a full body kind of workout, but it's going to be an emphasis on push. Then we're going back to what we did before on the day after. Then on Friday, we're going to be doing a little bit more of a pull focused workout with a little bit of elements of legs and push in there too. So, and then on the weekends, it's strictly cardio, body weight, and yoga. We're going to try that for the next, I don't know exactly how many weeks. I guess that would be 7 weeks, 8 weeks. See what we can get done. Hopefully we can get done a ton. And like I said, this is what I did before to get down to 8% body fat. So I think that's going to actually help a lot. And I remember back then I was probably eating 2,800 calories. So I'm actually going to be eating a little bit more than I was back then. So I think we've got a good game plan. I'm hoping we're going to see a lot more of a body fat percentage drop. Even if it's not like at 8%, I'm hoping it's going to be definitely below 10%, or else I'm going to be a sad boy. But we're going to try our best to try and make it work, guys. But anyways, that's all the time we have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I sure as hell did. And we will see you guys next week for another Chigel Cut video. Peace out!
Thank you.